I'm standing here in Majdanek concentration camp, death camp, on the 80th anniversary of Yom HaShoah v'Hagvura, the day that has been determined and accepted world over by Jewry as the day, the official day to remember the 6 million who were murdered during the Holocaust, as well as the Gevurah, the heroism of those who fought against the Nazis. Here in Majdanek, here on my left side, is the first building that the Jews were brought into. And as they were brought here, they were taken into a room and determined who should live and who should die. And those who were to live were disinfected with showers, and others were led to the gas chambers. And we just left a gas chamber where we prayed and we cried, and we said the words, "I lift my eyes to the heaven, from where will my help come?" And we thought about the 90,000 Jews who were murdered here in Majdanek. And you know, my Hebrew names are Moshe Eliezer. Moshe was my grandmother's father who perished in the Holocaust, and Eliezer was my mother's uncle who perished in the Holocaust. And I think about their final end and how they died. But then we think about the fact that miraculously we survived. When I say we, I don't just mean descendants of Holocaust survivors, but that the Jewish people survived, that Judaism survived, that the Torah survived. And despite this evil, our faith was stronger, and we were able to prevail, to survive, to overcome, and to go on to the land of Israel, which will be celebrated next week on Yom Ha'atzmaut, the day that Israel gained its independence. But as a Jew, it is so critical to remember and to come here and bear testimony and witness to the atrocities that occurred. 6 million Jews, men, women, and children, who were brutally murdered with the greatest cruelty and lack of any human compassion. And to think about how man is capable of such evil, and that without faith in God, and without morals, without righteousness, without our Torah, how far astray man can go. And it's almost an embarrassment to think that we're part of a race, a human race, that is capable of such evil towards men, women, and children. But at the same time, tremendous pride in who we are as a Jew. And to feel the pain of those who suffered here and those who died here, innocent Jews. And to say never again is not just a slogan. It means I will live as a Jew to make sure that their death was not in vain. A tour guide told us a story here, that there's a rabbi by the name of Rabbi Shlomo Farchi. He's now in New York. And he was once leading a delegation to the concentration camps in Poland. But a day before he was to leave on the trip, his home was robbed. And he came home and he saw that his whole house was emptied. And he called his wife and he said, "You're not going to believe it. They robbed our home and the thieves took everything from us." His wife said, "Look, they'll call the police, but get on the plane, go on your trip, don't cancel it, there's nothing more you can do." And when he came here and he heard his tour guide saying that the Jews who came here, they were told to undress, and every one of their possessions were taken from them, every crevice of their body was searched, and horrific brutality. If a woman had a wedding ring that couldn't be taken off because her fingers were too swollen, they chopped off her finger to get the wedding ring. And when he heard the tour guide say everything was taken from them here, he said, it struck me that I had said the same words one day earlier to my wife. Everything was taken from us. But at this point I realized that nothing was taken from us. The thieves may have taken our possessions, but I have my wife, I have my children, I have my family, and therefore I have everything. The Jews who came here, everything was taken from them. Their material possessions for sure. Their dignity was taken from them. They were shaven, they were told to undress naked, they were put into uniforms. And most of all, mothers were taken from children, children from mothers, husbands from wives. They lost everything. If we are blessed to be alive as a Jewish people, and each one of us individually, we have everything. We have our people, we have the land of Israel. And we have our faith in God, and that's what survived. Judaism survived. And as our tour guide told us, don't think about 6 million Jews. Think about 6,000,001. We don't understand what 6 million means, but one life. Think about each individual. And think about you, yourself, who survived as part of the Jewish people, and how you will help rebuild the Jewish nation, and to make sure that never again is not just something we say, but something we practice. And the best way to ensure that never again is by being a proud Jew and living as a Jew and observing mitzvot, because that is the way we perpetuate Judaism and Am Yisrael Chai.